Hey guys, this is Max. I'm giving you guys a bi-weekly update as per what we have agreed and what we're going to be providing you guys here on out throughout the campaign. Certainly we got some feedback from you guys that you'd like to see a little bit more communication from us, and we're really sorry that we've slipped behind on that. Certainly we've faced a lot of disruptions, as many of you know, with Helen and just it's a small team. That's the truth of this. And we're going to try our very best over the next little while to catch up on a lot of this stuff and to do our best to keep you guys in the loop. I will admit some of the comments and other things have been a little bit negative at times. It's hard not to read into that, but I can understand the frustration when it comes to communication, so we're going to really try and step up on that. I want to start out by saying as well that you guys you've truly backed, in the sense of the word, a Kickstarter. There's a lot of big businesses that are out there that have done, they look at Kickstarter basically as another marketing funnel to get a whole lot more sales for a very, very well-established business. This business is very different. You're backing truly a small family business and with a truly innovative and creative idea. And with that, we really are so overly over the moon with your support and your feedback, and just seeing this whole thing come to life has been really amazing. But we have also faced very normal challenges that are associated with truly kickstarting something. In setting up the factory, it took much longer than anticipated. There has been a huge amount of product improvement and reevaluation, design loops that have just taken longer than we anticipated to get those things the way we want them. And I'm actually going to show you some of that stuff in today's update as well. But you have truly backed a small project which has faced a whole lot of disruptions, but we really are the small team. I've got my little, this is my manager. He keeps me producing modules and looking over me, but you're not supporting, say, a huge corporate. And in that sense, we have to keep things to budget. We have to keep in mind that a lot of Kickstarters fail. And why is that? Because they don't plan accordingly. They don't budget accordingly. Sometimes that takes things a little bit longer to do because it is my own labor. It is labor that is a small team. But we are keeping the project within scope, and we have always made sure that we are going to fulfill on this campaign and we're going to get you a product. We faced health issues with Helen. We faced tariff delays and everything else. But at the end of the day, I think everyone just wants to understand that they're receiving what they've pledged for and that we're committed to this project, which we 100% are. So without further ado, I'd like to show you some of the stuff that's taken a little bit of our time. And that would be this BattleTech module here. We actually started to produce a fair amount of these. This is the hex-based miniatures pledges. We basically had an issue that started to pop up, and something that we realized that we really actually need to take another look at this, and that is that we ended up with a bit of a bowing issue. So this is the new module here, and this is the original module. So this original module was a little bit lighter, but it did have some problems that started to occur, and that this bowing here is not acceptable. So we actually had to remove this product batch entirely from the mix. We had to process this and accept that basically this is a product flaw. And we've taken the time to really reinforce this and make sure that this module doesn't see any bowing or any sort of quality issues. And with that has been an iteration loop, it's been a redesign loop, but there has been product feedback testing, and we've been doing this across the entire range. It's not just the BattleTech modules. The 24 module case, I'm going to do another deep dive into just all the structural changes that we had to make with this one. But the 24 module case was truly, this Kickstarter was really the unveiling of a case this size. And what we never anticipated was that actually of all of the pledges, it's actually 42%, I believe, roughly, that have pledged for this largest case size. And with that, we really had to think, okay, what is the worst possible case scenario for weight limiting and all kinds of things to do with loading a case this size? And we've also had to, address some of those redesign considerations before we can, really make sure that yes, it's all good, and yes, it's going to address everyone's needs. We have originally, our case sizes prior was this little guy. This is a 6 module case. This fits your combat patrols, fits a whole range of different armies and collections, but it is a much tamer case size, as you can see here. This big fella here is just such a different design consideration, weight tolerances and all the rest. This case here has seen significant improvements, and I want to jump into, it will take a little bit of time to go over those things, but I just want to say again that our commitment has been to making sure that this is right, much more than making sure that it goes out instantly. And I just want everyone to understand that we really do care about the quality that we're going to ship to you, and we really do value the feedback and also the continual improvement loop that is required to get a product of this quality. So yeah, I'm going to pass it on to Helen now to talk a little bit about shipping and where we're at with the batch processing. But I want to say also that some of you guys have pushed back on us and said, you know, how many cases are actually finished? The truth is we are producing things in a batch. So some people's case orders, depending on the mix of modules that they have, they might be 80% complete right now. That's because we've already produced a whole batch of 32s and 40 modules, and that happens to be their loadout. But someone else, say with a Drukhari army, a bunch of flyers, we haven't produced the flyer modules yet, so maybe their case is only at 20%. The truth is that we have a master build list, and we are producing based on that master build list. Everyone's orders, for the most part, will be coming together simultaneously. After the manufacturing process is complete, we'll be doing a pick and pack process, and then those case frames get loaded out with the modules that have all been batch manufactured. There's a very, very underlying reason for producing this way, and that's because it's efficient to do so. And if we did your orders individually, the truth is that we would be seeing much, much larger delays. So I know there's been some frustration, but there is a process to this, and we really have been doing our absolute best to keep to this process and to make sure that things are kept on track. So passing it on to Helen now, and we'll be providing further updates as we go forward. All the best.
Hey guys, okay, I am informing you about the changes and the improvements that I've managed to organise. So the first challenge was that we need somebody in the UK who can handle UK and Europe, and then I also needed a representative in the US. Now, amazingly, out of the community, I have 2 volunteers, and so they are going to assist, because as I work with the shipping agent, she has explained to me the importance when it comes to duty and importing into a foreign country. We have to set up certain company structures. So I am working on all of that behind the scenes. I've also created a chart, and I'm just going to run through this very quickly because Max has already talked about it, but I'm going to go into a graphical representation so you can sort of visualize the different approach that we're taking to fulfill all of the pledges. So here we go. At the top, I've got a single order process. So up until very recently, we would manufacture components, pick those, assemble the case, then load the case with those modules. It was then packaged up and then individually shipped out. No big surprise there. Meanwhile, a Kickstarter order, you see the 80% highlighted here. All the modules for the campaign are being manufactured right now. We then go through the case assembly as per the original single flow. We also load up the case and then package it up. But because we are shipping in bulk, it is absolutely critical that we produce all of the modules because it's such an efficient process to do it that way. It's also allowing the business to grow to the next level because as we refine our manufacturing, we are getting economies of scale and many flow-on benefits. The other things that I've been working on aren't all that exciting. I have some fantastic recycled packaging that allows me to plan, and the sheer volume of the 825 orders, which is about 1,200 cases, means that I need space and I need to be able to work within the realms of our factory and also incorporate all of the packaging so that we can load up each box, if you like, with all of the components, waiting for the case and then the final assembly. So that's the most efficient way that we have come up with. Another question that has been asked a lot, and I have further information for you, is how likely is it that you would receive your case for Christmas? The simple answer is that that ship has sailed. Any orders that needed to go by sea freight into the US or into the UK should have been shipped in September. We were nowhere near ready to do that. And in fact, they're not even guaranteeing clearance through all of the busy ports because of the additional congestion and complexity with the US tariffs, which have affected the entire world. I don't want people to think in the UK that the tariffs haven't affected things, because they have. So we are working through it. Mid-January is a fantastic time to once again start shipping. That was the advice that we were given. How realistic it is that we would be able to meet that window, I am yet to tell you. But because we're giving you an update every 2 weeks, I will be able to say, okay, we're looking like we might be able to make it, or whatever. But obviously our priority is that we want to fulfill, and that's what we're doing. So the last message from me today is that next update will be the deep dive into the 12 plus pledge. The 12 plus module is very popular, and what you'll see in that video is a number of different ways that they have configured the case. So I really think it'll be a fantastic video to get involved with. I think it'll spark a lot of further ideas and conversation. So sit tight. We're working very long hours, and we are making it a huge priority to keep you informed and obviously to build your pledge. Thank you.